Welcome to Smashville. This is PK Subban.
I'm Dan Hamhuis.
This is Craig Smith.
This is Mike Fisher.
But you need to dig in right now, every guy.
Everybody loves their soldiers until they come home and stop fighting.
Enough is enough.
They need me to bleed, and I'll bleed for my team.
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
This is Ryan Johansson. Welcome to Smashville.
This is Philip Forsberg.
I'm Victor Arvidsson.
I'm Ryan Ellis.
I'm Matthias Ekholm.
I'm Beckerin, and you're listening to the Renegades of Puck with Crazy Charlie.
Crazy Charlie puts words in my mouth. You can't trust that guy.
If you can't get some fire, some passion, some energy, and figure out how in the hell to talk about this magnificent sport of hockey that has taken over the city of Nashville, then why are you on the radio? You don't deserve it, and you should do the honorable thing and turn your mic in. You're making a damn fool of yourself.
This is my declaration. I'm coming after every single one of you. The lazy, the tired, the boring voices out there. Your time is up. I'm Crazy Charlie Saunier.
I'm Pete Weber of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Eustace of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Find a way, boys. No more half-stepping.
Now, here's your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier.
Welcome to the bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. And before we get started with the no half-stepping hockey coverage, first, let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you'll learn everything you need to know about the show, once you're good and educated about the show. Well, that's when you click on that merchandise tab. Going to take you straight to our classic logo t-shirt and all the gimmicks you've come to know and love and expect from the Renegades of Puck, whether that's socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets. It makes no difference to us. After all, we've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance as an independent and unaffiliated operation known as the Renegades of Puck. So here's how you can jump in the trenches with us. You can find us on Instagram, Threads, and Facebook. Those are our three active social media platforms. So please join us there. It doesn't take you but a second. It doesn't cost you a single thing, but it sure does go a long way to helping us out here in the Renegades of Puck organization. YouTube, that is where you can find all of our content currently, and we sure would appreciate some more subscribers. So please pass those links along to the Renegades in your life. Subscribe to the channel and make sure you are recruiting out there helping us out. We're going to start changing some of our content up, or we're going to start delivering even better content as we move forward into the summer and the second half of 2025. So join us over there on the YouTube channel today. Venmo is how you can support the show financially. You can scan the QR code that I think there's one still over there as the set is under continuing dismantlement, or you can just go to Venmo and you can search Renegades of Puck. Every single penny goes to helping build our new set. We are currently in the market for a whole bunch of sheets of synthetic ice to help build out the new set. Trust me, it's going to be worth it. If you can support us today, please make a donation to the Renegades of Puck through Venmo. Now, so I know it's time for no half-stepping hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. Time for operation number 985. That's right. It's time for show number 985. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in 7th place in the Central Division. The Little E has come for them. They've now skated in 73 games with a record of 27, 38, and 8. 62 points, has them all alone in the wastelands of the Central Division of 7th place. On the road, which is where their next game will take place, they have a record of 9, 22, and 5. They've scored 185 goals, and they've given up 235 goals against. That's a goal differential of minus 50. The Central Division update is as follows. The Winnipeg Jets have clinched the division, the playoff spot, not the division title yet. The Winnipeg Jets are still in first place with 104 points. The Dallas Stars, though, have closed the gap, though. In second place at 100 points, have also clinched a playoff spot. The Colorado Avalanche are in third place, 93 points. Minnesota now at 87. St. Louis also at 87 points. The Utah Hockey Club at 6th place in 76 points, and the Predators at 62, and the Chicago Blackhawks at 51 points. Both teams now eliminated on the season. The Predators week ahead after this game against the Philadelphia Flyers on Monday evening, Tuesday in Columbus to face off against the Blue Jackets, and Thursday in Dallas to round out the 3-game road trip. Back home to face off against the Montreal Canadiens on Sunday, or on the 6th, and then on the 8th of April, it's going to be the Predators hosting the New York Islanders, and then on the 10th of April, the Predators in Utah to face off against the Mammoth, I think they're going to be called. The season series between the Nashville Predators and the Philadelphia Flyers is brief. One meeting, 11-27, that would be in November, and it was Philadelphia winning 3-2 in overtime at Bridgestone Arena. Saros taking the loss for the Predators, 20 out of 23 in net. Riley and Yossi get the goals for the Predators. Kolosov picks up the win for the Philadelphia Flyers, going 25 out of 27. Couturier, Frost, and Lawton picking up the goals for the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, talking about the Flyers exclusively for a moment, 36-9 is their overall season record. 69 points has them 8th in the Metropolitan Division. So the Predators and the Flyers, statistically and standings-wise, are comparable. The Flyers still 7 points ahead of the Predators, though. 18-19-1 on home ice, 215 goals for, 262 goals against, a goal differential of -47. Again, statistically very comparable. Their most recent stretch of 5 completed games takes us back to March the 22nd with a 3-2 overtime loss at the Dallas Stars. Followed that up the next night with a 7-4 loss at the Chicago Blackhawks on the 25th of March, a 7-2 loss at the Toronto Maple Leafs. The 27th of March saw a 6-4 win versus Montreal. In their most recent game on the 29th of March, a 7-4 win versus Buffalo. Ersson in net, 17 out of 21 to pick up the victory. The Philadelphia Flyers have also recently made a coaching change, relieving John Tortorella of his bench responsibilities. The matchup statistics and numbers for these two teams. The Predators last in the league in goals per game at 2.52. That's 32nd overall. 23rd overall is where Philadelphia sits at 2.80 goals per game. Philadelphia's giving up 3.45 goals against per game. That's 28th overall in the league. Goals against for Nashville, 3.22 is 23rd in the shots for category. The Predators, 29.2 shots on net per game is 8th best in the NHL. 27.1 for the Flyers is 26th, but their shots against number is quite good. 26.6 is 7th best in the league, while the Predators are giving up 28.5 against per game. That's 18th overall in the league. In the special teams numbers, let's start with the power play. 21.7% power play conversion rate is 15th overall for Nashville. 44 conversions, 203 power play opportunities. The Flyers, 14.7% conversion rate, is 30th in the NHL. They have 29 conversions on 197 power play opportunities. When it comes to the penalty kill, 80.9%, 10th best for Nashville, 41 power play goals against this season. Philadelphia, 77.3% kill rate, is 19th overall in the league. They've given up 42 power play goals against, just one more than Nashville. When it comes to the individual statistical leaders for each of these clubs, let's start with the home team, Philadelphia Flyers here. Konecny leading the way with 24 goals and 47 assists for 71 total points. Michkov is at 24 goals as well with 32 assists for 56 points. Couturier's 14 and 26 for 40. Tippett, 19 goals and 26 for 39 points. And Brink is at 11 and 25 for 36. The Nashville Predators side of things sees Philip Forsberg at 28 goals and 39 assists for 67 points. Marchessault is at 19 and 30 for 49. Stamkos is at 23 goals, 22 assists for 45 points. O'Reilly, 17 and 27 for 44. And the captain, Romeo, still out injured. 9 goals, 29 assists for 38 points. Anticipated goaltender matchup in net sees UC Saros getting the start on the road. First night of back-to-backs, 18, 28, and 6. 2.89 goals against, averaging .898 save percentage with 4 shutouts on the season. Ersson's at 21, 15, and 5, a 3.15 goals against, averaging .880 save percentage. That's got you all set up for the Nashville Predators in Philadelphia. First night of back-to-backs, and this was one of the final road games of the season, so the Nashville Predators trying to break through and get to double digits in victories on the road. Will it happen in Philadelphia or Columbus? We will find out. Let's go back to the Predators' last home game on the homestand against the Vegas Golden Knights. It's the Reverse Sports full game recap, and that's coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to March 29th, year 2025, when the Nashville Predators were hosting the Vegas Golden Knights. Head coach Andrew Brunette deploys his lines and defensive pairings in the following way: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Evangelista; Bunting, Stamkos, and Marchessault; LaRue, Svechkov, and Sissons; Smith, McCarron, and Bellows; Shea, Blankenberg, Delgaizo, and Barron; Englund, and Stastny, just like it was on opening night. Onanen gets the start in net. We're 1:02 into the first period, where we find Hill coming up with a save on Stamkos. It's the first shot on goal of the game. At the 2:49 mark of the first period, Hill coming with a save on Bellows. At 3:33 of the first period, Onanen coming up with a save on Stone's deflection, plus the follow-up. Those are the first shots on goal for the Vegas Golden Knights. At 5:13 of the first period, Onanen coming up with a save on Dorofeyev. At the 6:49 mark, Onanen a save on Carlson. 10:44 now, already past the halfway point of the first period. Onanen comes up with a save on Smith. He continues the great work in net at 11:33 of the first period, when he comes up with a save on Barbashev. At 13:56, we shift to the other side of the ice, and Hill comes up with a save on LaRue's backhand off of the rush. It trickles through, but didn't have the right kind of angle to find its way into the net. 17:28 now. The first, it's Hill coming up with a save on Blankenberg. At the 18:54 mark of the first period, Onanen comes up with a save on Roy. At 19:07, Onanen comes up with a save on Hanifin. We hit the end of the first period with a stalemate. No score on the board. Shots even at 9 apiece. 1:35 now into the clean sheet of the second period. It's Hill coming up with a save on Bunting. 2:10 of the second. Hill comes up with a save on Svechkov. Preds buzzing on the first couple of shifts. 3:46 now of the second. Onanen comes up with a save on Pearson's backhand. 5:18 of the second period. Onanen a save on Smith. At the 5:47 mark of the second period, Carlson is off to the box. 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. It's the first special teams scenario of the game. It happens because he shot the puck in the net about 3 seconds after the whistle had gone. So this is definitely an unsportsmanlike moment. O'Reilly makes it pay immediately. Just 6 seconds into the Predators power play, his 17th goal of the season is a low shot deflection of Blankenberg shot. That's what can happen when you have the clean face-off win on the power play. The Preds lead 1-0. 7:38 now of the second period. Onanen comes up with a save on Haig at the 8:26 mark of the second period. Eichel, with his 27th goal of the season, ties the game up at 1 apiece. It was a long shot that goes straight up in the air off the traffic. When it lands, Eichel pounces and jams, putting the Vegas Golden Knights on the board for the first time in this game. At the 10:30 mark of the second period, Onanen coming up with a save on Dorofeyev. At the 11:34 mark of the second period, it appears O'Reilly has his second goal of the period. It was a wrist shot with lots of traffic, but Luke Evangelista got a little bit too close to the netminder. It's challenged for goaltender interference, and the goal is taken off of the board. Overturned successful challenge by the Vegas coaching staff. 13:16 of the second period, Onanen comes up with a save on Roy's tip in. 14:55. Onanen comes up with a save on Colasar. At 15:43, Hill comes with a save on Delgaizo, plus the follow-up in 18:18. Onanen a save on Jack Eichel. At the end of the second period, the score tied at 1. Vegas now out shooting Nashville 20-17. We hit the third period. We find ourselves a minute and 30 seconds in, where we pick up the action, and it's Onanen coming up with a save on Carlson at the 2:24 mark. Hill comes up with a save on Zach LaRue. 2:47. Hill a save on Bunting. At 4:33, though, Barron is off the box. 2 minutes for hooking. Onanen comes up with a save on Smith, but then Smith gets his revenge with his 11th goal of the season. It was a rebound that goes off of Onanen and then lands behind him, and Vegas jams away out of it. Shea on the goal line doing all he can to try to prevent it from going in, but ultimately the Predators do relent here, and Vegas takes a 2-1 lead. Hard-working goal here on the power play by the Knights. 7:11 of the third period. Hill comes up with a save on Barron. We hit the backside of the sheet. We pick the action up at 8:49 of the third period, where Onanen comes up with a save on Barbashev. 9:36 of the third period. Onanen comes up with a save on Carlson at the 10:27 mark of the third period. Hill comes up with a save on Barron. 12:29 of the 23rd. Otterton comes up with a save on Stone. 17:51 now. Hill, a save on Spetchkov. And in 19:15, Howden picks up his 22nd goal of the season, depositing it into the empty net to give Vegas the 3-1 victory in this hockey game. Vegas also outshoots the Nashville Predators by a total of 29-24. The Predators battled early, were in this one, but after that goal was taken off the board for the goaltender interference challenge, it seemed like they just had difficulties regathering their footing in this game, and the Vegas Golden Knights pounce, take advantage of it, and they come away with the 3-1 victory over the Nashville Predators, now 1-1 in the season series. Game 3 coming up here before the end of the schedule. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We've got box score analysis and so much more coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Welcome back in. That was the Rebirth Sports full game recap. Now it's time to do some analysis, and we'll go through the box score, and we'll close things out right here on operation number 985. Otterton gets the start in net for the Nashville Predators. He goes 26 out of 28. He gives up 2 goals against. You know what? Strong overall power play goal against an Eichel's fluky pop-up. As a matter of fact, 2 pop-ups, 2 kind of weird goals. Otterton just really a tough couple of bounces there in this one. But I thought that he was strong in the first period, especially with a couple of big saves right there. O'Reilly picks up a goal in this game. Thought he had 2, but the one gets taken off the board due to a goaltender interference challenge. 18:33 in total time on ice. He was the best player on the ice for the Nashville Predators start to finish in this one. It's undeniable watching him play against the Vegas Golden Knights. Just brings something out in him, something about the battles he's had about them in the past. He just seemed hungry in this game. Forsberg picks up an assist. He also had 3 hits in this game, 17:42 in total time on ice. His 67 points continues to lead the team. That's noteworthy because he is ticking ever so closely to another very big season for his career, now at 67 points in 73 games. Phil Forsberg, if he continues this way, it's going to be one of the best seasons he's had in his entire career, and that's not something that we've seen out of very many Nashville Predators this season. Bunting with 3 shots on goal in this game, 18:51 in total time on ice, and I just made the comment that he likes to curse. The broadcast, they're going to have to put him on a delay. They're going to have to get the beep button or something because, man, you hear Bunting loud and clear. He does not have time for it out there. He lets the referee, the linesman, just about everybody hear about it. I mean, it's good. I like the fire. I like the passion, but wow, he sure does like to curse a lot. Smith, 6 hits in this game, trying to make a difference, trying to make his presence known. I thought Cole Smith was really good in this hockey game as a depth player, as a support player. He was doing all the things that a team needs for a team to be successful, but it was the top-end players that were kind of faltered in this one. But I thought Cole Smith deserved some recognition for his time out there. He skated in 13:46 in total time on ice. Colton Sissons, unfortunately, 3:35 in total time on ice. He left the game injured, and if you saw it on the broadcast or if you happen to be there live, that was hard to watch, and I hope that Colton Sissons is okay. We're very close to the end of the season. From what I saw, just speculation on my own opinion, I don't know that we'll see Colton Sissons again this season, but no official word from the team has come out. But that it looked, I'll use the word gruesome, and I feel awful for Colton Sissons, who gives everything he has to this team and has since the day he was drafted, and his entire career has been here with the Nashville Predators. And I sure hope he's able to rebound from whatever this injury ends up being very quickly. Blankenberg deserves a little bit of conversation before we head out of the analysis portion of things. He picks up another assist, 20-40 in total time on ice. He's playing in every scenario. He's playing on the top pair. He's generating offense. He's doing so many little things that I think that the general manager, the coaching staff, and everybody has taken notice of. I think that Nick Blankenberg is going to have a chance to be a big part of the defense core next season. He's one of the few bright spots of a season that has been really difficult. He's a bit of a gem that the Predators seem to have uncovered here, and I really like watching his game develop, and he is going to get better, especially once he's surrounded by a much better, stronger defense core, which he will be when the return of Roman Josi, the return of Jeremy Lauzon, and Willsby, others. So for the Nashville Predators, a real diamond right here. Stripe Digital Solutions is a great friend and partner of the show, and let's hear from them, and let's come back and let's go through the box score, and let's head on out of the bunker.
The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions.
Welcome back in. Time for the good, cold, hard numbers. Notice the box score. Ryan O'Reilly scores the only goal for the Nashville Predators in this game. It's Nick Blankenberg and Philip Forsberg with the assists in this game. When it comes to your shots on goal, 4 for Justin Barron. That's noteworthy right there. 3 for Philip Forsberg. That's 3 for LaRue, 3 for Bunting. And Bunting had one particular shift where he was extremely effective out there on the offense. Would love to see him string together a couple more shifts like that per game, and I think that he will once he gets used to being a Nashville Predator and continues getting healthy. Let's remember, he is just a couple games from coming back from a pretty bad injury. Block shots category 2, Spencer Stastny picks up 2, and Kiefer Bellows picks up 2 block shots in this game. Nobody else with more than 1. As a matter of fact, the Predators with only 8 block shots in total for this game. Michael McCarron, no. Cole Smith leads the way in hits with 6 hits. Michael McCarron had 5. LaRue had 4. Forsberg had 3. Down on the defensive side of things, everybody but Brady Shea had a hit, at least 1, but those are a lot of good crooked numbers coming from the forwards out of the 31 total hits that the Predators had in this game. Your time on ice leaders, 18:51 for Michael Bunting, 18:33 for Ryan O'Reilly, 18:11 for Steven Stamkos. So Bunting obviously picking up some of the additional minutes that Colton Sissons was unable to take up with his 3:35 due to leaving injured. The power play, one of the most effective and efficient that the Predators have had all season long. They go 1 of 1 in the game, and it takes a total of 6 seconds for Ryan O'Reilly to pick up that goal. So Philip Forsberg, Jonathan Marchessault, Ryan O'Reilly, Steven Stamkos, and Nick Blankenberg, all with 6 seconds of power play time, team leaders. The penalty kill did give up 1 power play goal against, so they were 0 for 1. The power penalty kill time on ice leaders, 1:14 for Brady Shea, 1:13 for Nick Blankenberg, 55 seconds for Ryan O'Reilly, 49 seconds for Cole Smith. Your netminder in this game, Justus Sonnen, was 26 of 28, 2 goals against, an in-game save percentage of .929. Some pretty dynamic and timely saves, especially in the first period. 25 even strength, 1 power play, no shorthanded saves. And I felt that he was strong overall. Box score numbers at the bottom. The power play 1-for-1, the penalty kill 0-for-1. So the special teams comes out even. The face-off winning percentage, a nice tick up, about 8% from the previous game, 52.8%. 31 hits in this game, only 8 block shots, 8 takeaways, 17 giveaways, a little sloppy on the puck. And unfortunately for the Nashville Predators, they seem to have one of those games that they had many times in the early portion of the season where something didn't go their way and they just kind of mentally folded for the remainder of the way. They just never seemed to generate much of an attack after the second Ryan O'Reilly game goal was taken off the board for goaltender interference. The Vegas Golden Knights, they just hack and whack and chop and jam and do just about anything they can to get goals and to pick up victories. And it's one of the reasons that their team has been so successful now since the beginning of their franchise history. The way that they go about it is simply tenacious. The Predators were not matching that level of tenacity, which there's a difference in the two teams. The Vegas Golden Knights are challenging for the President's Trophy and making a significant run again into the playoffs, while the Nashville Predators are trying to figure out a way to play the last 10 games while looking professional still and being the third worst team in the NHL. So the Vegas Golden Knights are a team that you can absolutely learn from. Both of their goals came from shots that came from out far, hit something, some traffic in front. The goaltender went up into the air, came down, and Vegas was simply harder on those loose pucks than the Nashville Predators were. It was the sole difference in this game. Vegas picks up the tying goal that way. They pick up what's the eventual game-winning goal that way, and they pot the empty netter to make it look a little bit worse at 3-1 than it actually was. The Preds did battle. Vegas, much more tenacious, though. The Predators can learn lessons from that. They have one more game against the Vegas Golden Knights. I'd love to see them take it to them. That's a good, solid Vegas team, and they just continue doing it exactly as they have since the beginning of their franchise history. You may not know or recognize every player on their roster, but you know how they're going to play, and you know what style of jam they are all going to bring lines 1 through 4. It's impressive as an organization to see that level of consistency in effort and competing. That's going to do it for operation number 985. Time to get out of the trenches. Time to get out of the bunker. There is some significant weather coming to our area in the Middle Tennessee area, so please make sure that you are safe. Make sure you're aware of the situation. It's coming rather late at night, too, so make sure you are fully prepared for that. Renegades, be safe. Take care of the other Renegades in your life, and appreciate each and every one of you. I'm your host and Captain Crazy Charlie Saunier. Stick taps, love, and respect.